wearing my brand new, beautiful Kelly 25 from the Hermes boutique for about 2 weeks now. I thought it might be a good idea to kind of go ahead and share with you all my first impressions, initial thoughts on the bag. A lot of things that I was kind of surprised by, even though, I've been researching and it's not like studying, but learning about these bags for so long, I thought I had a good idea of what I was getting into, but I've actually been surprised by a lot of things. So I'm gonna share 12 different things that I was surprised by, and definitely stay tuned for number 12 because that was not even on my radar, and I think it's a big, important one, so definitely stay tuned to the end. And the reason I wanted to do this was because on my unboxing video, you all were amazing, just sharing so many congratulations, words of excitement and encouragement. It was so nice to just like cackle in excitement with you all because honestly, like I called my dad when I got this bag offer and I was gonna go get it. And he was literally like, what? Like it's hard? It was definitely like an Elle Woods moment, like what, like it's hard? And I was like, oh my God, Dad, you don't get it. So this is exactly why I have the family lead, because you get it. You understand that this was a great achievement of sorts. But one thing that I also learned from my unboxing video, from a lot of the comments you all left, is that a lot of you all are still waiting on your first Quota bag too. And let's be honest, these bags, they're not inexpensive. I believe the price was $12,800, and with tax, with California tax, it was $13,800. That is a lot of money to spend. And so I feel like we should be sharing our information so that way we can help prep each other for what to expect when you get your first Quota bag. So starting out with the first point, this Kelly 25 in real life is a lot smaller than it looks on YouTube. And the funny thing is that you all know, you have seen me try on umpteen Kellys over the years. I have tried on Kelly 25s, I know the size, and I'm always so surprised at how small they are in real life versus what they look like on YouTube. And so I share this because if you think you're getting a bigger bag and like you've never actually tried one on in real life, definitely go try one on in real life and try and like wear it around the store for a while. Don't just like pick it up, and that's it. Go and like even ask if you can like put some things inside of it to see like what fits and all of that, because this is actually a much smaller bag than it appears. And for me, that's a great thing because this is a very versatile bag for me. Because it's so small, I can wear it not just during the daytime, going to lunch, running errands. I think I can also wear it for evening events. I've worn it on dates, I've worn it to dinner, I've worn it out to get drinks with friends. And so just know that I think the way this bag appears on YouTube videos, I think it looks a lot bigger than it actually is. So if you're able to, definitely try it on in person to get a better idea of what the actual size of a Kelly 25 in the Cellier style is. But even with her being such a small bag, I will say I have been very pleasantly surprised about how much fits inside of this bag. You all know I am slowly but surely embracing the larger bag life because I used to be like all about mini bags. And I've been so pleasantly surprised about everything that I can fit in this bag. I can get all my essentials, phone, keys, card holder, a little bit of makeup, sunglasses with a case. And on top of that, and you're gonna laugh, this might be a little TMI, but just like give you some context. Whenever I go shopping, I often bring multiple bras with me, like multiple undergarments, because depending on what type of top or dress you're trying on, sometimes you want, regular bra, sometimes you want a crisscross bra or a strapless one or a sticky bra. So I actually bring quite a few with me when I go shopping, and I am able to fit quite a few bras in here in addition to my everyday essentials. Now don't get me wrong, it is like a tight fit and the bras go on top, where it's more tapered and where things could, get squished a little bit more. I'm fine with a bra getting squished. But that's just to tell you that in addition to all your like daily essentials, you can also fit a fair amount of other things in here, which is another reason why I really love this bag. But another thing that I noticed about this bag, and honestly, I noticed it when my sales associate first, presented it to me in the Hermes boutique, is that this Kelly in the Cellier style, in the Epsom leather, is really quite stiff. She is not a flexible bag. And my sales associate and I, like we talked about it, and she was like, don't worry, she's stiff now. She's obviously always going to be a structured bag. She's always going to be a stiffer bag, but like she's definitely gonna soften up over time. So I'm very excited for when that happens. And for those of you that have, Kellys in Epsom or just like in the Cellier style, please tell me, is that true or not? because I do hope that she becomes a little bit more flexible over time. I think that would be really nice because, I don't know, she is a little bit, like, look at her. She's a stiff girl, and I mean, that's a lot. I would like her to become a little bit more flexible. But granted, one of the reasons that I love the Cellier style is because it is more structured. It is going to retain the integrity of its shape over time. So, you know, it's kind of a balancing act. You can't have it all, but just know that this is a very stiff bag. Also, you will notice that as I am showing you the bag right now, it is not fully closed. And that is by design, because I want to be realistic in terms of like how I show you the bag and how I really wear it. I know people talk about it, you know, they talk about it with Birkins and with Kelly's, but the turn lock, the closure, it is very finicky, it's very fiddly, it is quite difficult, especially because the bag is so stiff right now. And I don't love that, and I'm hoping that, you know, once the bag softens up, the closure becomes a little bit less finicky to deal with. But because of that, I never really close the bag up fully unless I'm like done wearing the bag for the day and I'm like putting it up like on its shelf in the closet. Then I will, you know, undo it and really put the sangles on it properly. So, you know, I'll take it like this, put the sangles on. As you can see, I'm like stretching the sangles on. And then, you know, I'll put up like that. And I do store it, you know, with the felt on. But because the turn lock is just like so fiddly, it's really just not realistic to wear it like this. And so I share that because if this is the preferred aesthetic of how you want to wear the bag and you don't really like what it looks like, how I had it a few seconds ago, I would really seriously consider that point when you think about if you really want to get a Kelly, because honestly, like it's really not realistic to think that you would be able to wear it closed all the time. This is the very realistic way of how you'll have it closed. It's just gonna be like this. And so, I don't know, it's just something to evaluate in terms of how do you like your bag to look, and is this a way that you would like for it to wear? If so, you're great, get it. But if you really like it to look the other way, you've either gotta like, be committed to closing it up and doing all that, you know, manpower. The good news is you could probably skip going to the gym that day, or maybe pick a different bag. Now I will say the next point I'm going to share, I did share in my unboxing video that I was planning to leave the stickers on this bag. Now you can't really leave the stickers like on like the round parts on, like they're, I think, much more lightweight stickers, but you can see, you know, the stickers here, and then underneath on the sangles, like you can see the stickers there. I have kept those on, and let me just say, I am so glad that I left the stickers on. Because this bag is so stiff and because I have to do so much to close it and put the sangles on it, I feel like had I not left the stickers on, I would have really scratched the hardware by now. So I'm hoping, you know, that by the time I take the stickers off, and my Hermes sales associate has told me, you know, for years now, she's always said, up to 6 months leaving your stickers on, you're in the clear, you know, you're not really at risk of any type of oxidation or leaving any residue. Longer than 6 months, that's where you start to enter the danger zone. But I know some of you all have shared, and those of you with like big Hermes collections, you've kept your stickers on and never had a problem with them. And that's amazing. I can't speak to that because I've not had like Quota bags as long as you all have, but I'm gonna take my SA's advice. I am gonna leave the stickers on for a few months, and I'm hoping that by the time, you know, I'm ready to let go of the stickers and take them off, that the bag has softened, that it's easier to close, so that way I'm less at risk of, you know, scratching the bag. But I'm really glad that I left the stickers on for now and would kind of recommend it if you get one. And also, like, you can barely see the stickers, so it's not like they stand out or anything like that. Like, they're pretty under the radar. You don't really have to worry about people being able to see the stickers. Like, they're pretty incognito, so for me, that's not a huge concern. Now, even though the turn lock, she's a little difficult, she's a little fiddly, all of that, and it's not my favorite, I will say on the flip side, what is great about this bag is how secure it is. Let me demonstrate. I'm a pickpocket. I'm trying to put my hand in this bag. You literally cannot get your hand in this bag. I mean, I don't know, unless they hired a baby to like stick their hand and like go and steal from you. No one's getting in it, and the bag's not even closed up all the way. It is triply secure once you actually have the sangles on it. No pickpocket is going to be able to get anything out of the bag. In addition to that, nothing's falling out of the side of this bag here. That is not the case for a lot of my other bags. For instance, my Chanel medium classic flap, my Fendi baguette, every now and then, now that they've softened up over time, if I've got like any type of lip liner or eyebrow pencil or anything in my bag, they will shoot out of the side, and I've lost things that way, and that's really frustrating. Like, makeup's not cheap. So I really like the fact that this is such a secure bag, and I don't worry so much, you know, in terms of losing things or things falling out. I feel like this is a very secure bag, and I really love that aspect of it. Now, in terms of the aesthetics of the bag, I have just got to share that I am so in love with the color of the materials on this bag. The leather, it's Epsom leather, and it's in the color Etoupe, so their version of taupe, and then it's got gold hardware. I think that this color combo is chef's kiss. I think it is such a beautiful color combination, and to me it feels like such a chameleon. And for those of you that are Hermes fans, for those of you that have Etoupe bags, let me know your thoughts down in the comments below. But I think that this color matches with just about everything. So obviously it goes with taupe, it goes with gray, but it also goes with black, it goes with navy, it goes with white, but it also looks beautiful with bright colors. So what's great is that I've been able to wear this bag with almost every single outfit that I've wanted to wear it with, which I think is amazing, because you all know I buy my bags to use them. Like, I do not buy them to put them on a shelf and never use them again. And especially when that costs this much, I want to get good use out of it. And also, no shade if you like are very like proper with your things and you like to just like leave them for special occasions. That's fine too, but I like to get good use out of them. So the fact that this color combination does feel like such a chameleon to me is fantastic. Also, even though it's got gold hardware, I feel like this still looks really pretty with silver hardware too, which is great because obviously my Etoupe Hermes leather jacket, that has silver hardware. I wear the two together and I think they look great together. So I think like the mixed metals are great too, but I've always been a fan of mixed metals. So that's also just like a personal preference, but I just love the chameleon nature of this bag. And I will also say, in terms of just like overall vibe of the bag, I think that this is such a elegant, sophisticated, classy, ladylike bag. And I really like that. Now, that's not the vibe that everyone else is going for. You know, those might be adjectives that you like to use to describe, you know, your style or your bag or whatever. But some of you might be like, ooh, that's giving old lady, you know, it's giving boring. That's fine too. Like if you're more edgy or more sporty or more casual, that's cool too. But those are words that I really like to describe my style. And so I love the look of this bag. I love it when it's closed like this. I love it when it's closed up all the way. I just think the styling of it is beautiful, and it really does evoke the feeling that I want to have when I get dressed up. So I really just love the overall design of the bag, and I think it's really beautiful. And another thing I love about this bag is that she's not just beautiful, but she's functional too, because I love the fact that this bag comes with a shoulder strap. Now I have it here, you know, I had it rolled up and stored in the bag because I just took it out of my closet. But when I wear this bag, I typically do put the shoulder strap on it, even if I don't plan on wearing it that way, because it's nice to have the option whenever you want. You know, I was wearing this out on a date the other day and I was like, oh, you know, I'm just going to dinner, I can just do top handle. But I was like, let me just put the strap on just in case. I love having that versatility and flexibility, and I think it makes the Kelly such a great bag because, I mean, you know, having a crossbody strap when you need it, it is a game changer. You might not use it often, but when you do, it is amazing to have. And I know that there are some complaints about the strap because obviously it's quite a short strap, so it's not great for everyone. But for me, I am on the shorter side, I'm 5'3", and you OG members of the fam, you all know, I have virtually no torso. My torso is literally this long. This is the distance from underneath my chest to my hip bones, that. So for me, the shoulder strap works amazing, and I love that. But I mean, so not a lot of people can crossbody it, but anyone can put it obviously on their shoulder of their arm, which I think is clutch in terms of having a handbag. So I am just so happy that I was able to get a Kelly as my first bag and that it comes with a shoulder strap too. Now the next interesting thing that I've noticed is that, as I mentioned earlier, I buy my bags to wear them. I am not precious with them. I use them on a regular basis. And I have never been scared to put anything inside my bags. But I will tell you, this bag really has me wanting a bag organizer to put on the inside to protect the inside of the bag. Maybe it's because the bag was so expensive. Maybe it just feels a little bit more delicate. I really don't know. But I would really like to get a bag organizer. And I know, we all know in the luxury community, there are a lot of bag organizer reviews on YouTube. But I'll be honest, we know that a lot of those are sponsored. So I want to hear from you all. For you Hermes lovers, Which bag organizers do you like the most? Please put them down in the comments below. I will say my preference would be to not spend an arm and a leg on a bag organizer because the bag was already expensive enough. But I'm willing to spend whatever the right amount would be to get the right type of bag organizer. But I just want something simple in the taupe color, and I want it to be a soft material, like something silky or felty, something like that, just to protect the inside of the bag for years to come. So definitely let me know down in the comments below. And I guess kind of on a related note, I have never been scared to wear my bags. I've never been scared of like being a target. I've never been scared of something happening to my bag. But if I'm being really honest, I'm scared that something will happen to this bag. And I think part of that is because ever since I've had this bag, people compliment me all the time. And so what I'm realizing is that people are definitely noticing my bag and that they are aware of it. And usually like all the time, like people are just saying like, oh my God, I love your bag. It's amazing. Or I've got a similar one. Like, isn't it so great? And that's amazing. But then I'm like, okay, but then there are also probably some people with not such good intentions noticing my bag. And could that possibly make me a target? I don't know. I know that when I was out to eat the other day, I got kind of nervous because I had the shoulder strap and I'd originally put it just like around the back of my chair. And I think, haven't we all seen that video where the woman was in the fitting room and someone walked in and stole her birkin? I got nervous because I was like, okay, if I'm eating and I'm not paying attention, what if someone just slips my bag off and walks away? I would be none the wiser. And so I then kind of like put it in my lap. And I don't know if the restaurant was planning on doing this anyway, but someone came over and gave me a basket to put my bag in. It might have just been that that's what they do, because there are a lot of restaurants that do that. They'll give you a hook or a little basket or an organizer, whatever, to put your bag there. But I was like, did they do that because they saw me with it in my lap like a loser? I don't know, but I am a bit scared about something happening to this bag. I also think that's very natural. This is an incredibly expensive bag. It's one of the most expensive things I own. So for me to not be nervous about that would be, I think, like silly and just like very lackadaisical. But I am scared that something might happen, and I'm just like aware that people are like looking at the bag. So that, just makes me a little nervous being in a big city where like there sometimes is theft and crime and things of that nature. And even though I feel very secure and like safe living in San Francisco, it just makes me a little nervous. So I just hope something doesn't happen to the bag, because I'd be very sad about that. But I am upping my insurance to make sure that this is covered too. And finally, I told you all that the last point was an interesting one. And I want you all to tell me if you had thought about this or anticipated this before you all got your first Hermes bag. But I've noticed that I get treated a lot differently, i.e. better, now that I have this bag whenever I go out to eat, to the nail salon, shopping, things like that. We all know, like when you go to the nail salon or you go shopping or whatever, sometimes they offer you champagne, but usually it's like after you've like shopped a little bit and they know you're like gonna spend some money. They usually don't just like offer it to you the second you walk in. I went shopping the other day for a New Year's Eve dress. Every single place I went, I got like the red carpet treatment. And I was dressed in like a crew neck sweater and jeans. Well, actually, I was wearing this bag, but also I was wearing my Hermes jacket. And granted, it's a very understated leather jacket, but I guess like if you work in the luxury realm, you might recognize that as a leather jacket, or at least a nice jacket. So like people were doing the most for me every single place I went. And that made me a little uncomfortable because like I'm not this like super rich client. Now don't get me wrong, I know that I do well. I know that I make good money. I have nice things and all of that. So I feel very fortunate, and I'm not downplaying anything that I have achieved or that I have in my life, but I'm not one of these like crazy rich people, people that go and spend $100,000 in one shopping trip. So I felt a little awkward. I'll give you an example. When I was shopping for my New Year's Eve dress, I went into Louis Vuitton. They immediately got 2 sales associates helping me. One introduced the other one to me as their high net worth client advisor. And they were like, she looks after all of our top clients, da 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 da. And I laughed. I was like, just so you know, I'm not high net worth. I am looking for a dress, but I was like, I like really don't shop here that much. I was like, I love Louis Vuitton. I bought like a handful of things, but not a ton. So I was just trying to like level set the playing field that like I really was not looking to like be crazy in terms of like spend and all of that, still, they both helped me to an immense level. They were not just looking to see what they had in store, they were looking to see what they could have gotten overnighted for me, because I only had like 2 days before New Year's. What was in the area that they had in stock in my size that they could get overnighted. They were just doing the most to see what they could do to help me. And obviously, I've shown you all before, like Louis Vuitton, even though I'm not a big Louis customer, not that I don't want to be, I don't know, there's just other brands that catch my attention more recently. They've always treated me like a queen when I go in there, regardless of the location. I mean, anywhere from San Francisco to Vegas to other countries in the world, like Louis Vuitton just has amazing customer service. But I feel like they should be like looking for indicators of like rich clients. And to me, it doesn't mean this. To me, it means like watches, jewelry, rings, things like that. And so I don't know, it's very nice that they treat me so well, but I was just very surprised at how much they were willing to do. And it was like that everywhere I went, honestly. Like, it was insane. And it was like my first shopping day, like out with my Kelly. So it felt very special, but I just felt like I was being treated like I am this high net worth individual. And I felt bad because I was like, if you knew how much I'd actually spend with you, you wouldn't treat me this well. So maybe don't waste your time. Go spend it on someone else who has a lot more money. So I don't know. Just like a weird thing. And I even remember when I got my Kelly to go, I wore it to a nail place I'd been to. It wasn't my regular place. It was like my emergency pedicure place. I'd been there a few times wearing other bags, but when I went with my Kelly to go, they immediately offered me champagne. They brought me like extra treats and bites and stuff. And I looked around, other people didn't have this stuff. And I was like, oh, okay. I see what's going on here. So just for what it's worth, you'll get treated a lot better when you have these. I don't know. If you're in a city where like people would recognize that. In like a smaller town where people don't know, probably not. They wouldn't be any of the wiser. But it was just an interesting thing I hadn't anticipated about getting my first Quota bag from Hermes. So I don't know. I know I just rambled a bunch, but I just wanted to share it so you all kind of know at least what my experience was like. And I'm really curious to hear if you all have any of like the same similar experiences or vastly different ones, either thoughts on the bag or just how your thinking started to change once you get a bag and things you're aware of and stuff like that. It's kind of weird. I don't know. So definitely let me know your thoughts because I would love to hear. But I hope you all enjoyed this video and I just hope you found it helpful and informative. And if you did, I would really love it if you could just give this video a little like. Just give a little thumbs up down in the corner below. And if you haven't already, what are you doing? You need to subscribe to my channel so that way you can get all my latest content about all things shopping delivered straight to you. Thank you so much for watching. My name is Lily and I can't wait to see you next time. Bye everyone.